Hi everyone, in this video we're going to do some hip mobility work, so a little bit of strength, a little bit of flexibility, focus, and that should help you with your seat when you're riding. Right, we're going to start sat down. You can do it facing this way so your feet are mat distance apart, but I'll do it here so you can see it. So you're going to drop one knee to the side, keep the torso up, and then you're going to rotate. And we're going to do a few like this to start with, just to start warming your hips up a little bit. Good. And then you're going to add in a little heel raise. So if you can, back leg, just going to lift it up and then continue to rotate. And lift. Good. I'm gradually wiggling off the mat. Well done. One more each side. Good. Good. From there, scoop myself back. You're going to bring this leg around and then sweep it behind you and then drop the body down. Lift up. Bring the leg around, tap in front, behind, drop down. If you want a bigger stretch, bring this front leg out slightly more, and you should feel it around the back of your hip, slightly better. Good. Two more like that. And last one. And then you're going to switch sides. So again, adjust your leg where you want it, sweep your leg around, tap, sweep, drop. Keeping that chest up as you come up. And if you need the hands on the floor to support you, you can. Only go as far as what's comfortable for you. Well done. And one more of those. Good. For the next one, we're going to come up off the mat, onto your feet, and you're going to keep your feet as comfortable as they are, so slightly wider than hip distance. If you're quite flexible, you can take another little walk out and you're going to just drop down. Thinking about keeping your knees nice and wide, chest up, stick your butt out a little bit. Good. And then we're going to come up, we're going to go slowly down, and you're holding it out for free, and you're really focused on pulling those knees wide. Good. And again, we're doing 8 of these. Good. See if you can hold it a little bit longer now, really pulling with the knees. Good. Focusing on that chest, staying up. I've lost count. We'll do 2 more. Good. And last one. Good. Then we're going to do single leg. So you're going to drop to the side. The importance of this is you keep your heel on the mat. So only go as low as what's comfortable for you. And then take a bit of notice of whether one side is easier than the other. Good. Then we're going to start holding it for a little bit longer. And push up. And again, make sure you're keeping that heel on the mat. Good. Push the knee out wide. Good. We're going to do 2 more each side. You should find that you're getting a little bit lower each time. And literally 2 weeks ago, I couldn't get my heel towards my butt this far. So you'd be amazed how quickly you'll pick this up. Good. Shake your hips off a little bit. Then we're going to go back down to the mat. So again, you can be on all fours like this, scoop the lower tummy up, nice eyes looking forwards, scoop your leg, and you want it at 90 degrees to your hip ideally. You're going to lift and lower, and if that's too much, you can bend the knee and lift from there. You're going to try and keep as even weight as possible through the hands. Well done. And then you're going to hold it up really high, really squeeze your butt. Good. And then you're going to switch sides. So again, straighten that leg out, keep it level with the hips, and you're going to lift and lower. We're going to do 4 more of these. And then you're going to hold it up, really squeeze your butt, push your hips through the gap. Go. Then we've got 1 more strength exercise to do, which you can miss this one out if you want because it is quite tricky. So you're going to sit in a straddle, get your butt out of the way so you're sat on your seat bones, and you're going to put your hands either side of your knee. If you're not that flexible, you can keep them behind your back. If you're rather really flexible, you can walk them down. So all you're trying to do is lift your heel up off the mat. Some people get a bit of cramp in their core for this, but just come a little bit higher if that's you. Good. And 2 more. Good. And then switch sides. So hands wherever is comfortable, and lift and lower. Again, it's quite a good one to see which leg's better and which leg might need a little bit more work. Good. 2 more. Good. From there, we're going to bring the feet together. You're going to pull them in, grow nice and tall, and then you're going to actively pull your knees towards the ground. Good. And then you're going to soften them up. So you're going slowly down for 2, and then hold it there for 3. Good. And again, up. So the more you can squeeze the opposite muscles to what you're stretching, the bigger you're going to get them to let go. The better, not the bigger. Good. Keep that chest nice and tall. Good, and then 1 more. Then you're going to go back out into your straddle position, nice and wide. Again, adjust the hips so your pelvis is tilting forwards, and you're going to sweep round to one side. This hand's going to go towards the outside of your leg, and you're going to think belly button, chest, chin, forehead. If you can get all the way down here, you can pop a block underneath your foot to lift it up. If you're nowhere near here, that's absolutely fine. Only go where's comfortable for you. We're just going to breathe into that stretch. I think nice, slow, deep breaths. And constantly looking towards the toes and trying to lengthen the body down. Good. And then from here, we're going to get the same hand as the leg, and you're just going to gently push that shoulder towards the ground. And just relax into that forward half fold. Good. And then you're going to sweep to the other side. So we're going to go opposite hand around the outside of the ankle. You're going to think belly button down, then the chest, then the chin, keeping the eyes looking at the toes. Keep thinking, actively pulling yourself forwards with your body, so you're not pulling on the foot, you're just kind of trying to reach towards those toes as best you can, or as flatter back as you can. Then from there, you're going to get the same arm as that leg, put it on the inside of your foot, push that shoulder down. Good. And then we're going to repeat those again. So we're bringing the feet back in. We're going to do 8 of these. So I think come round. If you want to, you can add a bit of pressure by adding hands on your ankles and just gently pushing into that leg. And then from there, still think about trying to pull your knees away. Good. And then coming back in, and back down again. So hold for 3, 2, 1, and back up. Good. Well done. Halfway through these. Good. 4 more like that. Get that chest lifted and actively pulling those knees down towards the mat. Again, if your knees are touching the mat, you can pick yourself up on some yoga blocks so you can go a little bit further. But I'd imagine if your knees can touch the mat, you probably don't need loads of hip mobility exercises. Good. And 1 more. Good. Sweep back out into that straddle position. Point your butt out the way. Sweep round. So we're just reaching again to thinking belly button, chest, chin, eyes looking forwards. If you want to increase this stretch, you can flex the foot. So just gently pulling the toes back towards the shins, or you can do it actively, and then you should increase the stretch down through your calf a little bit more. Good. Just relaxing into it. So again, think about doing a little bit of breath work. So think breathing in for 5, and then out for 5. Just gradually sinking a little bit lower and relaxing into that stretch. Good, and then you're going to switch sides. So again, find where it's comfortable. You can use your fingers to walk yourself down a little bit longer and actively using your body to pull yourself down that leg. Again, if you want to increase the stretch, you can flex the foot slightly, by either actively pulling it or using your hand to put it up. So your heel's slightly off the mat. And then again, going into your breath work, thinking about 5 second deep breath in, And then again, relaxing as you exhale, reaching a little bit further forwards. Good. From there, you can sweep forwards, grab your ankles, and then again, thinking about that belly button, chest, head, and just go as low as you can. But don't try and get your forehead down because you'll just arch through your back. So we're trying to really think open through the hips, almost roll your knees slightly backwards. Good. Well done. From there, we're going to sweep round into a lunge position. So leg out in front, where it's comfortable for you. And then you're going to put your other hand down and gently rock to the side of your foot. So only that's comfortable for you, keeping your ankle slightly engaged, you're not rolling all the way over. And then if you want to get a little bit deeper, you're going to turn slightly away from that leg, and then you can drop down onto the elbows if you can. You're going to think about pushing this back leg slightly away from you, and then just relaxing into that stretch. Good. And then you can play around a little bit, so just gently moving your hips, rocking them around and finding where the best stretch is for you. And then start to gradually try and straighten that foot back up towards the floor. Good. And then come back up and switch sides. Other leg forwards, drop the hip forwards, I think tall to start with, hand down, gently rotate the foot, and again walk your hands around, and then if you can, drop down to the elbows. Don't feel like you have to if you can't. Just stay where suits you. And again, you can just gently move through the hips, you'll find that the best stretch for you. Sometimes pushing this back hip through that gap helps increase it a little bit more. And then gently try and add that foot back down towards the mat. Good. Then you're going to sweep that leg back round. Come out into a stand position. And again, you're going to go into like a slight straddle position here. Wide through the legs. And you're going to fold forwards. You're going to actively push your elbows towards the floor. So you're really trying to push down for 5. And then you're going to relax and just let yourself hang there for 5. And then again, actively push the elbows down towards the floor. And then relax at 5. And again, we're going to do this 5 times, so really push down. You can already see I'm getting a little bit lower. And relax and hang for 5. And then push for 5. And relax for 5. And then last one, see if you, how close you can get. Lengthening through the back. Good. And then hang for 5. Good. And then hands down. Slowly walk your feet in. And walk yourself back up. Going to do a couple of hip rolls. And you should be good to go. Let us know how you got on in the comments and subscribe if you'd like to see more.